Hi, welcome to Survival Skills. I'm back in the hatefulbox.tk server, and I actually broke down and paid for um, a subscription so that I could get creative mode on here. So I've been building with one of the builders on here. I wanted creative mode because he builds huge stuff, just like the person that I work with on the Gibcraft server. You know, these guys build so big. I just can't build with them if I can't fly. So, and I need creative mode inventory too, because these builds are really big. So anyway, I got creative mode, and I've been just kind of waiting around for him. He's not on every day, so while I'm waiting for him, sometimes I just come over here and I've been doing upgrades to my survival base. So like right now I'm at the mob farm, and this is my storage platform that I just recently built, and we'll go up and take a look at the production in a second here. Actually, we can go up right now. Let me go into first person mode, and I'll show you around the mob farm. Then I have something else to show you. So if you saw my earlier videos from this world, you might recognize maybe the view. I don't know. Let me show you the mob farm. So this is the style of farm that we built, and I think this was built out of dirt last time I showed you this. So I took advantage of my creative abilities here to do a couple of things. I wanted to decorate it and make it out of some more attractive block. So I mean, this isn't the most beautiful thing, but it's not, it's not bad. So I tried to pretty it up a little bit, and then I added floors to it. So it's tall enough now. I've got two spawning platforms in here. Let me show you. Let me get some stone slab here, and I'll open it up so you can see inside. Actually, in the video where I showed this off, I think I might have, I just don't remember. Did I show this to you or not? So this is what it looks like on the inside. And I put spider protection. I didn't even remember that I did this. I think I put it in here because I wanted to see if doubling the number of spawning platforms would make up for the loss, right? I'm losing some spawning space in here by putting these spider pads in, but then in return for that, I don't have to deal with spiders. Now, I don't know if you really need these because I've got another farm built in another world that I don't have these pads, and I don't think it's hurt the drops from the farm uh, because the tube in the middle. Let me show you this tube right here. That's where they drop down. You can see some of them down there, like a whole bunch of them, right? Um, that's 2 blocks by 2 blocks. Spiders can cling to the sides, but they tend to get pushed down when other mobs fall down on top of them. So I'm not sure what's a better design, to do this with spider pads or no spider pads. But this one, I get no spiders. I've got 2 of these pads, right? There's another one underneath this one. And I get no spiders and I get plenty of mobs. So let me put the roof back on this, and I'll show you what the deal is. So what you want to do is, if you're going to go with 2 floors, is you want to choose a height for your AFK spot so that you're no more than 32 blocks away from either one of the pads. Because if you're more than 32 blocks away from the spawning area, the mobs just stand around. They don't move. And I don't have any water flushing these mobs off of these platforms right here. I depend on them to kind of like walk around and wander off the edge here because they think they can walk on these blocks right here. I've got trapdoors there. So I depend on them to kind of do that under their own power. I'm not forcing them. That means I got to stay close enough so that they will wander around. So you've got to be within 32 blocks, but you can't be any closer than 24 blocks, because if you're closer than 24 blocks, nothing will spawn. So that's my other pad right there. So let me put that back. So this is where the other pad is. So I've got one here, and I'm not sure. I'd have to break it open, but I've got two pads in there. Okay, just take my word for it. Anyway, you don't want to be, so if you got two pads, you got to be more than 24 blocks away from the bottom one, the lowest one, right? And no more than 32 blocks away from either pad, because you want the mobs to wander around. And if you go with that rule, you should get really good drop rates. And you can see that I've got a whole bunch of mobs in here. Even though I've got some of the blocks up there, I've got spider pads on them. You can see little puffs of smoke here when mobs drop down, because there are so many in here that they're actually dying from entity cramming. So that's why I needed lots of storage down there. I've got 4 sets of chests under these 2 hoppers and 4 sets of double chests under these 2 hoppers. So I've got 8 double chests worth of storage down underneath there. And I get XP off of this thing, even though I don't need it. Now I could just drop them down, and in my other world I do. I just drop them. I don't do it with a sword. I just let them drop, and I'm only interested in getting gunpowder off of that farm. But from this farm, we built it so that we could get XP. So so you whack them, and the goodies go down into the chest there, and you can see that the drops are great. And I've got a glass ceiling over me so that the phantoms don't get me while I'm standing up here. I always forget, like go off to dinner or something and leave myself standing around out in the open. I've died many times from phantoms just from forgetting to tuck myself away safely when I AFK. Anyway, I've got that cover up there, and then you can see that the way we've got it set up is coming off of these the hoppers here. This is where they drop down, or actually, sorry, they drop down above that chest there. All the goodies go into these 2 chests up here, and then they flow from these 2 chests into these hoppers and over and down. And then the way it works is they will fill up the bottom chest first, and then when that's full, things will start to flow into that, the next one up, the next one up, and the next one up. And it does that on both sides. And there are different ways to set this up, but this is a nice simple way to do it. And you can see that I'm getting plenty of drops. It's a good thing I've got all that storage. Then I'll just have to, once in a while, I have to come in and just toss out the stuff I don't want. I'll just break the chests out, let it despawn, and then put new chests in. That's how I clear inventory. And in the meantime, I just come and just snag gunpowder out of here, because that's the main thing I'm interested in out of this mob farm. So that's the mob farm, the change in the design, and I just did it and took full advantage of creative to do that. And I also put in a water elevator. So here's my water elevator, and it's nice. I have it's just easy to do stuff in creative, so it'll just bubble me up here, and I don't need to go up and down a ladder or anything. The thing I like about this farm is I can just stand here and they'll spawn. Just stand here and they'll spawn. And then when I want to go down, all I have to do is open this trapdoor and go down. Just drop down. Splash, and I'm down. So that's the changes that I made to the mob farm. So I wanted to show you one other thing. I've been doing a little bit of building, so let me run back here. I really enjoy this world. This was a lot of fun to build, and all of this stuff that you see here was done in survival. So I'm just going through now and doing tweaks in creative, like water elevators, and making the supercharge in the mob farms and stuff like that. But I haven't really, none of this. This was all built in survival. So then I wanted to do a creative mode build though, so that's what we're heading towards right now. I have a neighbor over here, across the way over here, that we did some things with, and I wanted to set up, I wanted to make the area around that house, his house, a little prettier. So there's his house over there, and we did a path and a bridge over to that house. And then I came over and I did like some beautification on this beach right here. So filled in the sand and stuff and planted some kelp and some seagrass and got some turtles going. So that's his place over there. And I've been thinking about doing a build here, so I did this house right here. Let me just go on up in the air so you can see it better. So I just built this, and I just wanted to do a freestyle build in creative mode to see what I could do. So I just framed it out, and I figured I'd have a couple of rooms in it. I can always extend it and put more rooms in it. A couple of bedrooms here, and a little porch, and then inside I wanted to do some redstone lamps. So this is the kind of stuff I would not normally take the trouble to do in survival mode, and these are real simple. You know, they're not there's no redstone running through the walls or anything. All I did was place the lamps, and I used light sensors on top of the lamps, so they turn on and off with the sun. And then I just did a flat roof. I want it to be a more modern looking build. These buttons here are so that I don't have to spam it with torches. So this is to make the roof mob proof. These are bottom slabs right here, so I don't need to worry about it. These are top slabs, so I put buttons on all the top slabs up here, so mobs don't spawn up here. So it's all either bottom slabs, buttons, or glass, and I don't think they spawn on top of light sensors. So I don't know if I'm wrong about that. I don't think it's a big deal because I haven't had any spawning since I built this. So you come on inside, and orange terracotta with jungle wood, and then I did a little TV hack here. That's my television, and then I wanted to be able to sit down, so I learned this minecart trick from a friend so that I can actually sit down here, watch TV, and put a little wall behind that and some I don't know what this is, carved sandstone, red sandstone, and a little bit of storage, and places to cook here, and this is supposed to be a drain. And then I wanted to put spigots above the sink here, but I don't want to fill in this glass. I like this view, so I'm just going to have to do without the running water here. So that's where I do the dishes. Got my fridge going, and threw a few paintings around. And then these rooms here, I wasn't quite sure what to do with the entrances. I like the open look, so I didn't want to close this all in with like walls and doors. So I left it open, and I just did the bookcases in the center to break it up a little bit, so it's not all like one block. And then just to soften up the corners and add a little color, a little bit of greenery, bushes with some green carpet on top. Toss up a few paintings. You know, it's not super complicated, right? And then the carpeting, I like to just put like a little bit of color variation into the carpets, because I think just these monotone carpets, all the same color, are kind of boring. So I lay down the carpet, and then I just randomly just dot in a complementary color or even a contrasting color into the carpets, and I did the same in here with red and green. Place to sleep, some more greenery, little flowers for colors, some storage, place to sit, and the same over here. And these are kind of mirror images of each other with the view, and I think it turned out good. And then some trap doors up here for detailing. just so the walls don't look so flat, because this terracotta is a flat looking block. It doesn't have any texture. So I wanted to put some things on the walls to kind of break it up a little bit so it's not so flat looking. So that's the new place. So there's my view coming out the door. And then I've got this big lake over here that I can do some things with. So I've been building up this beach. I'll probably do some more turtles over here. And then I'm not sure. I mean, this is kind of inspiring, but I'm not sure what to put here just yet. I mean, it's nice just the way it is. So I could just leave it. But I may think of some other things later to do with it. Anyway, that's the new place. And I've been just having fun. This was just fun to freestyle build this in creative mode. And now when I work in survival mode, I've got this in my brain. So, when I do a survival, I've got another design that I can use as a template. So I think that's all I wanted to show you for today. That's pretty much what I've been up to in this world. We did some really great building on our other world, the one that has the cave in it. I think that was my last video when I did the caves. We did some really fantastic stuff in the jungle in that world. We did that today on a live stream. I'll put the link to my my Twitch channel in the description to this video, so you could, if you want to see what we were up to today, you can go watch the live stream. I finally got the sound working and stuff like that, so it's if you want to see how we think our way through and do the freestyle building, we came up with something really really nice in the jungle, and it was all freestyle, totally spontaneous. We had a blast doing the build. You can see that step by step, and I'll probably do a summary video on that the next day or two. So if you just want to see the summary, you can see it on this channel. Anyway, that's it. If you like the video, please click the like button. If you have comments or questions, please leave those below. I like to read those, and I like to chat with folks who watch the videos. And if you want to make sure not to miss out on future videos, please click the subscribe button and the notification bell. And thanks a lot for watching. We went over 500 subscribers. Finally hit the 500 mark. I don't know what's so magical to me about 500, but I thought that was pretty neat. So thanks a lot for that. And I'll leave you with that. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.